Long Beach Health Department, and we're here today to talk about food storage. Here we are in a dry food storage area, and I can see that this is a really great example of dry food storage. Because of their shelving and the space, all the food is able to fit on these shelving, and it's all off the floor, at least 6 inches off the floor. And I can see that their containers are all clean with tight-fitting lids to make sure nothing gets into it or nothing spills out of it. And everything looks very organized and clean without a buildup of dust or debris. And you can see the floor is very clean. The walls are very clean, and the containers all very clean. So that's what we all look for from the health department. Now let's go to the walk-in cooler. Hi, so now we're in the walk-in cooler, and in the walk-in cooler I'd like to talk about 3 main points that we would like to focus on. The first one would be storing everything off the floor, at least 6 inches off the floor. The second one is to make sure everything has all foods have to have covers on it. And lastly, to make sure that the food is stored to prevent contamination, where raw foods are stored in the lower portions of the shelves and the ready-to-eat foods are stored on the higher levels. So the first thing is to make sure that there's nothing stored on the floor. And in this walk-in cooler, nothing is stored on the floor. They're able to store everything on these shelves, which are at least 6 inches off the floor. And so the second point that I'd like to emphasize is that all of these foods that are made should have covers that fit tightly on the containers, so to protect from contamination or any dripping from any foods that are above it, and to also just provide easy organization. So the third point I want to make is to keep the raw foods below and away from ready-to-eat foods. Here in this walk-in cooler we have proper storage because we have the raw chicken, raw beef, raw shrimp under the ready-to-eat foods such as the sauces and salads and mayonnaise and other foods. If it was the other way around, if the chicken and the raw foods were stored above the ready-to-eat foods, there could be a chance where any of the juices of the meats would drip onto the ready-to-eat foods or ready-cooked foods, which could really make people sick. So make sure that the raw foods are stored below and away from the ready-to-eat foods.
Hi, Lila Judd here from Environmental Health, talking to you today about preventing cross-contamination in food preparation. Now, before even beginning any food prep, you want to make sure that your food contact surfaces, your cutting boards, your knives, all of your utensils are properly cleaned and sanitized prior to use. And once you begin working, your utensils and contact surfaces need to be cleaned and sanitized between different food products. For example, preparing any raw meats. Between preparing raw meats and any ready-to-eat foods, your surfaces and utensils need to be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized. And how would we sanitize them? We can use wiping cloths that are stored in approved sanitizing solution in a container such as this that should be conveniently located throughout your kitchen. And to designate separate wiping cloths from the kitchen use and the customer tables is also required. Color coding your towels, your wiping cloths between your kitchen use and the customer area is a great idea. When serving food, you never want to touch the parts of the utensils or glassware that come in contact with food or the customer's mouth. So when grabbing a utensil, you want to handle it only by the utensil handles or plates by the edges. When picking up a glass, you don't want to grab the glass from the rim, but rather pick it up from the bottom. When scooping your ice, rather than using your bare hand or using the glass to scoop the ice, use an approved ice scoop. Scoop your ice, then place it in your glass. Once you're done with your ice scoop, you can either place it in an approved container next to your ice bin, or just stand it up in your ice so that the handle doesn't come in contact with the ice. My last point on preventing cross-contamination when serving food is your towels used for serving food, such as for cleaning the edge of a plate or for carrying hot plates to the table, should be used only for those purposes and not for cleaning food spills.